We're so excited to be here. I'm Bethany, if you don't know, and this is my husband, Anthony. We host the Garcia Diaries Unfiltered, and we're so excited to have Monica here. And everyone give it up for my mother-in-law who's over there. This is our first live show that she's been allowed to come to because it's finally not about us. So, yay for her being here. And everyone, welcome to the stage, Monica Garcia. Oh my God.
Have rings, put them away.
I'm a free now. I got $60,000 rings. I'm gonna find them. I actually saw someone. Where are you? Over here. Yep. No. He had a $60,000 ring on. Oh my God. She brought it out. He brought it out tonight. And no, man. If you don't know, this show has been a long time in the making. We've been trying to get Monica on the pod for a while, so we're so excited to finally be here. I'm so excited. So we met in like 2018 because Monica owns an incredible small business called Bria Baby.
Yes, with Cheetos and dog hair.
With Cheetos and dog hair. And so we first met in 2018 when she started sending baby blankets so that we would post them on social media. And my daughter that used to send them for is about to turn 6 this year. So that's how long she's been in the game, longer.
Yeah.
So that's incredible. I'm so proud of you. Look at her. I know, like this is amazing. Right? It's incredible. So crazy. And then we got to meet in real life when we we spoke at a conference in Salt Lake City. We got to have dinner. Remember that? That was so fun.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was fun.
We had some tea at dinner. It was fun.
It was intense, actually.
Cleared out.
Yeah.
Shoulders are probably pretty.
No, maybe my feet are bloody, honey.
Like carried the show.
Yo.
Her shoulders are carrying the whole show. Yes, they do.
He's like, my joke didn't land.
You got it.
I got it.
Got it.
All right, so take us to the beginning. When did you realize, okay, maybe I can get on the show? And how was that process of you actually getting on the show? Because, we did some minors, a little TV show, 1 episode deal, and that shit was
I
terrible.
don't remember that. Oh.
So how was your process once you were like, all right, maybe I can get this?
Yeah.
Being a housewife.
Okay, actually, so this is the first time I've been able to speak since really everything has come out. And as everybody knows, I'm just going to assume everyone has seen that incredible reunion. Yeah. That was one of the best days of my life. So in that episode, you saw an email shown that said Monica's actual email. That was not the actual email. That was shown. That was my first ever email, and it was just, what do I need to do? But there are dozens and dozens of emails sent. I actually had to write a whole biography on myself, my children, my life, what I thought I would bring to the show. Literally, it said, "What's your occupation?" And I said, "Bad bitch." True story. And I honestly, I did say, I was like, this is, the cast isn't resonating with Utah. I said, none of them have young kids. There's no babies shown. And babies in Utah go hand in hand. And, I think it just intrigued them that I, kind of had this what the fuck attitude. And
You're different.
I mean, clearly. Yeah.
We had someone going around at the beginning before everyone got here and doing little videos, and they were asking like, what's your favorite thing about Monica? Over and over again, people were saying, she's the realist. She's the realist. She's the realist.
Thank you.
And so I feel like that's like something that resonates with everyone. And there was this whole thing about like, oh, well, maybe she's not housewife pedigree. She's not rich enough. Like, people were saying that. And it's like,
You're right.
You're the first person now that was like relatable to everyone. And I think too, like, sometimes you do want to watch someone that, is entertaining, but you relate to a little bit. And I think that's what we got in you, which is why people are so attached and like love it so much.
Thank you. I think it's so funny because, like I said, you guys are right. If you look at it as a whole, I did not belong. And I did not give a fuck.
Yes.
And I was like, no one's going to tell me if I belong or not. And this is what I want, and I'm going to get it. And
I love it. So how long was the casting process from your first email sent to like, this is my first day of filming?
A year and a half.
A year and a half. Wow. That's great. So it's like all up in the air this whole time. You're doing interviews, phone calls.
So here's some tea. You guys want some tea? That's why you're here. Okay. Yes, everyone's nosy. I mean, you don't watch Housewives if you're not nosy. Let's be real. I interviewed season 3, and they wanted me on season 3. Andy Cohen actually did say that at BravoCon. I was prevented from filming because of Jen Shaw. Jen Shaw refused to film with me, and at that time, she had the huge storyline, right? So no one could afford to not follow that, and I got it. I understood that. So technically, from when I applied to when I got on, a year and a half.
That is crazy, because I don't think anyone realizes how much time goes into the show.
Yeah.
But just being your friend, like behind the scenes, like you telling me like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then finally from that to like actually starting filming, it's crazy how much time goes by.
It's brutal.
So like year and a half went by. We'll stick to the beginning and we'll move our way through. What was your goal? Like, what did you envision? I'm sure you being a villain, was that your, from the beginning, that's what you wanted to be, or they just kind of worked out?
You know, it just kind of worked out that way. I was lucky enough to have a dear friend rat my ass out to a housewife, so I didn't bet on that happening at all, you know?
If I could go back, I'd put money on it.
Yeah, no, I didn't bet on that. I swear to you, I wanted to get on, and I kept telling myself, I can do this, I believe in this, but I really did not think I would. I really, truly, when I sent that email, I was like, psh, they're not even going to respond to that. And they're like, we'd love a Zoom. I'm like, holy shit.
That is crazy. And look at you now, like beyond iconic. That is crazy. Okay, let's talk about reality bonds for a second. So after everything like aired on the finale, and it was like, okay, we know all this. We did an Instagram live, and on the live, you were like, someone was like, oh, do you know what? Now I'm gonna fuck it up and look stupid, but Dita Bonchi, someone told me the real. Okay, and you were like, who the fuck is that? And I was like, when I found out who that was, that is literally proof that you were not like the sole mastermind of this account. You had no idea that it was even a play on a real person. Like
I literally,
they should have known from that. I'm like, you can tell.
That was actually so embarrassing. That was so embarrassing. And then she got my pictures taken down off Instagram after that. Yeah. But no, I was involved 100%. I knew what was going on. I knew about what was going to be posted, what was going to be released. But when I said that was this person's account, that was this person, you guys have to remember so much stuff is edited out. And so it looked like I did blame it all on one person, but I was listing off who did what, blah, blah, blah. I didn't name it. I didn't pick the profile picture. Clearly. I didn't set up the email. I didn't do it. And I actually tried to hack in.
Oh my God.
After all this shit went down, I couldn't even get in. I couldn't even log in. Like
to like delete things.
No, and I couldn't retrieve a password because I didn't set it up. But was I involved? Yeah. But so I didn't know who that was.
My original goal of the page, I think this is what was so frustrating watching the reunion, is you were trying to explain over and over again, like this was never about any of the ladies on this couch. This was about exposing Jen. Mm-hmm. And I mean, even in our friendship, I remember when everything was going on and you were being literally abused by her. Like some of the videos you sent me of like what she was doing to you, this is years ago, you guys.
Yeah, they were
I was like, I've been an influencer for 10 years now. And I was like, girl, I have an audience. Like, let me post this. This is crazy that she's on TV and everyone like is ride or die for her. And meanwhile, behind the scenes, she's abusing the people that work for her. And you were like, let's keep it under wraps. Like, don't tell anyone, whatever. So I kept my word. I didn't tell anyone. And then all of a sudden it was like a month or so later, like leaked everywhere. And I'm like, I didn't do it, I swear. But it was this account. And so
it was me.
I think that's what got lost this whole time, is like that was the purpose of this account.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say to the people that still think that it was to like, you know, stalk all the ladies?
Where's the proof?
Yeah.
That's what I have to say, because there is none. And if those ladies had some trust, it would be all over the internet. The only thing actually shown and at the reunion was us praising them. It really was never about them. What happened was, because I then admitted to being involved in this, I got blamed for, it was like, you're this account, you're that account, this account trolls us, you're them, you're this. All of a sudden, I'm running like 50 accounts. And I'm like, look, I said, get a lie detector test here right now. Because the one and only Snark page I've ever been involved in was Reality Bontees. And it sucks that I got blamed for like 30 other burners that were harassing them. And I will give them that. There's absolutely accounts out there that hate these women, hate the shows, hate Bravo, whatever. And they do troll them and they do troll their families and things like that. But that's why you see like, why is Monica denying it? She's not owning it. But you don't see the other half where it's like they were blaming me for multiple other accounts. Yeah. I'm not taking that shit on. I didn't do that shit. I'll own what I did, but I'm not going to own that.
Yeah, you're not going to take the blame for something you didn't do. No,
I'm not going to. All of a sudden, any time any page has said something bad about any of them, I was behind it. Like, come on. I honestly, truly, genuinely, because I say it I really only did the one, and I still am working. I actually am working with the police department to get a lie detector test. That's because I did not steal that effing ring. I didn't. Her borrowed jewelry. No one stole her borrowed jewelry. And police. And yeah, that's the real tea. She was tripping because it was borrowed, and she lost someone else's ring.
Do you think she lost the ring, or do you think it was like an insurance thing?
I think it.
Okay, all right.
I almost got her. I think we almost have my ass. That's why I said I'm not taking a shot, Zeke. Because I know you're trying to get my ass caught up in some shit. No.
Speaking of police, you gotta explain this thing out a little bit.
Oh, God.
I can't believe that FBI put you up to that. Or who?
I never said, listen, sir. Were you there? Were you there? Listen, I never said, okay, this is what gets twisted. The FBI wasn't like, Monica, we want to hire you. And we want you to stake out. What they said was, if you see or know of her violating her probation, let us know. So we're like, shit, mount up. Like, we know that bitch drinks and drives all the time. We're going to catch her ass.
You're like, girls night. We're going to catch her in the ass.
I'm like, yo, sign me up. Where's my badge? I got it. I got it. I stalked many boyfriends. I know how this works. I got 20 wigs. My glam team, get in the car. We're going. And we did.
With your little binoculars.
Okay. Look, this is the... Goddamn. Listen, we made reels with that shit. A lot of it was a joke.
Yeah.
And it was made like, she's a stalker. Look, I've tried to get police to enforce like stuff against stalkers. It's actually very difficult. Stalking is very, very serious. I've had men since the show up on my door, try to come in my house with my children. Like, there is actual real stalkers out there. And to spin it like I was stalking is actually, like, it was a joke. I posted the reels on my Instagram. They got that shit from my Instagram. I think that, or we did it to the backyard again. Into the thick of it. Like, we were not serious. Like, my God.
I think the hardest part for day two was like knowing that Tanisha, which obviously you guys watch the show, so you know who that is, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Tanisha went into all of your personal text messages and was like leaking them.
Yeah.
The way I would never recover if my best friends leaked our private messages a year or so later, like and so even the messages to my husband, the messages to my friends, my sister, it's such a violation of privacy, number one. Number two, the person I am in real life, the person I am when I'm texting my best friends, they're two different people, okay? They're two different people.
Listen, y'all don't know the person I am in my text messages. I'd be like, you know, you like every word is like beep, 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 beep. I mean, actually, you guys do because you heard that shit on stage.
We've seen it.
Yeah, you've seen it. No, I will say that I will not say her name. But that it's funny to see these women talk about ultimate betrayals, and you guys buddied up with my best friend to take me down. So
yeah. Okay, so moving on from Tanisha, let's go a little backwards from right before Tanisha. What would you say is your biggest regret about Bermuda?
Ooh, gosh.
In general, of the whole trip. Can be anything. Is it how you left? Is it not standing up for yourself more? Is it the way they edited it?
Oh, no. I stood up for myself plenty. You guys did not.
I thought so too.
I
thought so too.
You didn't see shit. And if you...
Like, one of the first people, the way you sat there and listened and then responded, first of all, I would have been in tears at the way Heather was speaking triggered me so bad. I was like, the way you sat there.
I mean, she had months to prepare. She had months to prepare.
Do you think she knew that you were behind the account before that dinner, or do you think she found out right before? Like,
she knew years ago.
Years ago. That's crazy.
Stop.
That's crazy.
And y'all would know that if you guys actually got to see the burn book. But nobody did.
Where is it? Is it backstage?
No, I didn't bring that shit. I'm gonna publish that shit. I'm gonna sell it for $5. I don't even care. I'm gonna let the world know. $5. Everybody. No, you guys, honestly. Yeah. No, here's a big tea drop. This is a big tea drop.
Out there, while it's still
The person whose name I don't want to say anymore was actually informing my glam months and months before of their plan. So I knew.
So you knew.
Yes, I knew before.
How do you even walk into that knowing what's coming? Or you seem like you were ready for it and like just
the only thing that I wasn't ready for was what my friend had done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went in there and I knew what was gonna happen, which is why I didn't cry. Yeah.
I wouldn't have been strong. The moment I started laughing in my face, I would have been like, oh, I want to go home. Like, for real.
Oh, well, she wasn't like in my face. Luckily, at least we were like a triangle shape apart. No. But yeah, it was brutal. I was legit kicked out of the house at like 3 a.m. in a fucking foreign country. That part sucked. But I will tell you guys, and I haven't told anybody this, and it makes me emotional, actually. No, it's okay. No, it's so done. No, I'm okay.
We're here for you.
Thank you. When I did get up, this is like real, like shit. I have not said this. When I did get up from that dinner and I walked up to my room, we're still mic'd. And I took the mic off. I took the batteries out, chucked them in the grass, unplugged the other wires. Like, I literally broke it off in pieces because I was like, I don't want anyone to hear me. I went up to my room, shut the door. The bedroom doors don't have locks. They do that very smartly, right? So we can't ever lock them out. But the closet door had a lock. And then there was a bathroom in the closet door that had a lock. I locked myself in the closet, and then I locked myself in the bathroom. And I literally laid on the floor and just bawled my eyes out. They were banging on the door probably 20, 30 minutes, screaming my name. I couldn't answer. I couldn't move. I couldn't anything. They ended up calling the police. They thought I had hurt myself.
Oh my God.
From what I had just gone through. But I was so shattered and broken and humiliated and just... and then I can hear they're playing music downstairs and dancing and having fun. And I'm up there just, literally I was in a ball, fetal position, broken. They had, someone in production was climbing up like the trellis because I had a window and they were like, she's not responding. They were on the phone with 911. We can't, we don't know what we're walking like. It was brutal. So I looked really strong in that moment. But by myself, I was not okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It honestly,
it's a lot.
What I did was fucked up. Like, if I could go back and change it, I would. I'm like shaking because that was so hard.
Why do you think you were held more accountable by the ladies than Jen Shaw was held accountable by the ladies.
I think that they were legit.
I think that's because they were terrified of her and she had things on them. That's my
She
theory.
absolutely does. Yeah. She absolutely does. And I think that they know that I know a lot of it.
She was on the video when you were working for her. Yeah.
Okay. And everyone thinks I was involved, by the way, in her criminal activity, which is honestly more hurtful than any. Oh, no, girl, they do. I see the comments. And I'm not saying they're from you, but they do. They're like, oh, she made a deal with the FBI, blah, 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 blah. No. The second she told me about what she was doing, I was like, bye. I'm out.
I think you had a question about the security cameras. Yeah.
Oh, did I have a question?
He's like,
She put that shit on you. She's like, you asked a hard question.
Yeah, explain that. So
You're bad cop today.
you had access to Jen's cameras in her house. Like, how did your name end up on the security account? Her house?
Well, a lot of people had shit in their own names for her, which actually makes sense. And I mean, her own cars were not in her name. They were in other people's names. So looking back on it now, I'm like, oh, you know, we all did things for her. We all paid for things with her. She's good.
Well,
like,
that
she's
one
good for
guy
it. Like, you
that
think
was
store.
he had everything in his name.
Everyone had everything in their name. There was like, everyone had stuff in their names. Everyone was paying. We all thought she was good for it. That's the thing. We really didn't know she was this scammer. Yeah, we didn't know that at first. So she asked, let's put cameras in this new home. She had just da-da-da-da. She's like, I can't put it in my name. I didn't really think about it at the time, but I was like, maybe it's because she's Jen Shaw and she doesn't want people to know, you know, okay, they're in my name, blah, blah, blah. No. Jen Shaw.
Like, who is Jen Shaw? Like, how did she position herself that way?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, why is she so scary?
Yeah. No. I'm saying because from the show, like, she was like, I don't want them to know they're coming to my house. She didn't want them to think, oh, we're going to go put cameras in Jen Shaw's house. At this point, the show has already come out.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be switched eventually to like her name. Everyone had access to that fucking system. The passcode was 1111. I shit you not. I'm not even joking. Every assistant, every glam person, we all had access. Like literally everyone had access.
Okay.
But I absolutely reported shit of her throwing shit to us.
How many times did you log into that system and just watch?
I mean, we were all logged in all the time. She had us look on there to talk to the like postal people. Like when they would like ring the doorbell, we're like, hey, yes, you can leave the package. We had full access.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because like I used to be like a cable guy, and I would set up a camera and
Same
I
thing.
handled the phone and did the, you know. So that's why I had a lot of questions.
Every assistant, every person had access to that account. Yeah.
So another question for you. Obviously, Bethany and I have 5 kids, so I'm a stay-at-home dad. Like parenting is my full-time job. So a lot of the storyline was your parents. Apparently, you and your mother should get an Emmy. Is that what was said?
Yeah, Whitney Rose said on the podcast today that your mom should get an Emmy for her performance on the show.
Well,
Like-
both of you guys should get an Emmy. She said.
Yeah. Interesting shade.
And then
That's really sad, to be honest, coming from Whitney, who knows family parent trauma very well,
That's what I thought too.
to make such a comment.
Especially
Yeah.
when you were so vulnerable with your relationship. I was watching with my husband and I was like, some of these scenes like really were hard for me to watch as someone that's had a rocky relationship with my parents and has had a lot of parental trauma. And I so clearly saw from the first time she stepped foot on the show that it was abusive and toxic. And so for the other ladies to not only make jokes about it, but to downplay what you were going through was an extremely hard watch for me.
right. So back to my question.
Yeah.
So my biological father.
Say, shut up, girl.
My biological father is a piece of shit, and the reason why I parent the way I do today is because where he lacked. So, how has your upbringing, your relationship with your parents, or lack of, how has that transitioned to you into parenthood? Did you use that to motivate you? Does not even a thought in the back of your mind? As a parent,
Yeah.
does that make you go harder? Or are you just gonna be?
I mean, for once, I, would like to say, I think as parents, if there's any out there tonight, all we can do is hope to do better than our parents. And I mean, I've
Some people
never.
have great parents, and then some people have great parents.
I want to know. You are lucky. You are lucky. You guys are so blessed because I will tell you, I did not know. I literally went into this. I thought my mom and I were going to be. I know my mom, and I said, you guys are probably going to see like fights and stuff. I mean, she shocked me with how bad it got, and we still don't speak.
Okay.
Seeing it when you're living it, it feels like normal, like this is my norm. But seeing how it was almost like out of body experience,
Right.
I'm
I
like,
got to see from the outside.
yeah, and then how she's been online. I don't know if any of you guys have seen how she is on Twitter. It's fucking insane. Yeah, I don't want anything to do. I'm done. Like, I'm done. We have nothing to say to each other. And so for people to think that that's fake or we deserve an Emmy for our fucked up family relationship and completely broken relationship is really freaking disgusting, to be honest. I would never say that to Whitney. She's had a lot of family trauma. I would never say, your dad and you deserve an Emmy. That's really gross. I didn't listen to that.
We did.
Good. Okay. She came prepared.
So speaking of shitty stuff and shitty situations, what's been some of the hardest things about being in your position now? You're on TV. Is it the fans? Is it
Editing.
your former castmates? What's been like the hardest thing now that you're in the spotlight? You moved on from just being a baby blanket brand
With hot Cheeto fingers.
with hot Cheeto fingers.
I do love spicy Cheetos.
Oh, girl.
The hardest part has been no one believing me. I have absolutely been painted as this complete, compulsive, pathological, sociopathic liar. And that is quite the title to go to bed with at night. It's crazy. I think that people are lied to so often that they don't even believe the truth anymore. That honestly is the hardest part. Like, I could sit here and say, I did not steal her ring until I'm blue in the face. And people will be like, yeah, you did, sticky fingers. You're a grifter. You're poor. You're broke. It makes me emotional.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, yeah, I had a burner account. That doesn't make me a fucking felon. Like, that's two completely different things. So that has been the hardest part. It's like, no one believing me. It sucks.
It's hard to watch.
Yeah.
And I think it was Chrissy Teigen that was on Watch What Happens Live the other night, and she basically said that at the end of the day, you're human, and it's hard to watch anyone be subjected to that much hate when you have, like, people are like, she's not taking accountability, she just hasn't apologized. And I'm like, where did you guys not see that part? Like, we saw that part, and then you still held your own after that.
It's
And I think
literally
people
the
are
first
confusing
question
the shit.
Andy asked.
Yeah.
And I said, yes, I was part of the page. 100% you posted. Yes, I posted. Like, I don't know what else
Right.
you want me to
They
take.
came in with
accountability
other accusations and tearing you down in other ways, tearing down your kids and your business and things that you've been through. And so, of course, you're going to defend that. Like, you would be crazy to not defend that and just say, yeah, you're right. You know what? I'm sorry about every accusation you're throwing my way. Like, you took accountability for what you did. So was there a way for you to exit that reunion in their good graces, or
No.
you were just
No. No. Immediately no. No. There, and I knew going into that. You guys, man, it sucks so bad to not be able to, like, really. I knew very well going into it.
Really what? Speak.
My contract is still intact, so No, I knew I was not going to be given any grace. I knew, like Andy Cohen said, is there anything Monica could have said? No. And then he's like, I have to think there's something she could have said. And they're like, no. And I knew that. And if you actually watch, people are like, she didn't apologize. There were a couple of times where I started to apologize. I think to Heather, I was like, I am so sorry. And she was like, I don't believe you, but go ahead. I'm done then. I'm not going to sit here and kiss your ass and beg for your forgiveness when you're not even willing. Like, you just told me, I don't believe you, go ahead. Okay, well, then I have nothing to say.
Right.
There's nothing to say then. I'm not going to sit here and be like on my knees, like begging you to freaking forgive me. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't work like that. I think everyone compares it to Heather. Heather apologized. Heather owned her stuff. You know, Heather admitted right away she was wrong. That's great. She was in a safe space to do so.
Right.
I was not. Even when I attempted, it was shut down. Like, who wants to apologize in that moment? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It wasn't, no. Yeah.
She accused you of, compromising the integrity of the show, and that you put them all in a bad place by having the account or whatever. But I'm like, you lied, and you accused production of giving you the black eye, and you spread rumors about your own self, and it wasn't until years later that you finally told the truth about Jen Shaw and the black eye. So how is, like, she... Yeah, that's my other question.
What do you know that we don't?
Okay, I'll say it.
Believes me, so it doesn't matter.
I'm going to say,
This is what I will say.
do you want me to say what I think happened?
Yeah.
Okay. What I think happened is that she got a botched injection at Beauty Lab, because even her getting punched in the eye, well, first of all, that black eye was brutal. To have that kind of black eye that quickly the next morning when they were up till 3 a.m., like, that doesn't make sense to me.
No.
So my thing is, like, okay, maybe if there's a botched eye filler injection or even, like, nose filler, whatever, maybe that could cause a black eye several days later. It doesn't make sense to me that Jen Shaw, who's tiny, and I've seen her tiny little fist,
Girl, but
in the eye.
okay. And
At 3 a.m. and at 9 a.m, she has a black, swollen eyeball. Like, I believe that Jen Shaw did somewhat, but causing a black eye, like, I don't get it.
okay, so
Explain it to me. Explain it to
okay,
me.
she is small, but she is mighty. And I will say, the only thing that made sense that she could punch her in the eye and leave that mark is she wears these gaudy ass, huge, like, Super Bowl rings all the time on every finger. That I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Right.
Like, she clocked her with one of those freaking, Forever 21 rings. I'm not joking, you guys, because they're huge. And I was like, that makes sense. But then I lived the life. And I was like, I believe Jen did this. But then after living the situation with these women and seeing how easily it is for them to lie on me, I'm like, did she punch you? Did she? Because now Jen doesn't have the ability to say anything.
Right. And no matter what.
Look,
in jail.
I can feel however I want. This is the difference between me and the women. I can feel however I want, but I can still have empathy for someone that hasn't made the best choices. And it sucks, as someone that is in that situation, to not be able to say your side of something. And she is sitting somewhere where she cannot say her side of something. And that's a very big accusation. I mean, you're talking about full-on assault. As someone that has been in a relationship that did involve domestic violence, that's not something you F with. And I still don't know what happened with the black eye.
Yeah.
Like, what happened? What happened? Like, you're just going to say, I don't know what happened, but I know Jen did it? That's crazy to me.
Yeah. And that there's cameras everywhere in every room, but there's no footage of it.
Are there any medical professionals in here that can, hey, you get punched in 6 hours? Is that anybody in here? No.
Any medical professional?
Hey, you know.
Well, listen, what I learned from my time with the FBI is what I've seen in my line of work as a federal agent. No, look, I'm not going to say it didn't happen, but I'm absolutely not going to say it did, because after seeing what Heather has done to me, I just very, very convenient.
So they suck, right? But who is your favorite person to film with? Like, if you had to do a scene with someone, you were like, okay, this sucks. This could be fun. This could be an okay time, and you can't say Mary. Full-time housewife.
Meredith.
No, honestly, Whitney. You guys, there was so much stuff you guys didn't get to see, and we actually had such a wonderful time together. We had so much fun. We actually shared really special moments.
Whitney Rose. That's your answer? Okay.
That really is my, and then if she's unavailable, she's busy for the night, talking shit on my relationship with my mom, okay, I'm going with Meredith.
Meredith?
Yeah.
So, I want to know more about your relationship with Meredith. Did you ever, actually about any of them, did you ever feel like any of them were your genuine friends, like you were getting somewhere with the relationship, or from the start were you like, these are coworkers, we're just filming a show?
No, honestly, Meredith and Whitney, I felt like we were really forming a friendship. When I fell down the stairs, yes, that happened. When I fell down the stairs at Anthony's house, by the way, the memes for that, I live for. They're so good. Oh my God. You guys, I actually still have scars. I forever have scars from that bitch's staircase. But Meredith was so sweet. She legit called me. She checked on me nonstop. She tried to send my family meals. Like, she was so nice. Her kids are amazing. Like, they really are so sweet. Yeah, Meredith and Whitney, I actually felt like I was forming real friendships with.
So before we did the show, I had to run questions by them, and I was like, what if we did fuck, marry, kill with the husbands? And she was like, fuck. We're not doing that. No more drama. But who was your favorite of the husbands? Like, who was the nicest, most genuine of them? Was there one?
Justin. 100%. Justin is amazing. He really is. He is such a good husband. He loves his wife so much. And he's able to do it without, being a bitch boy, you know?
Being whipped?
Yeah. He's still able to support her, but be hear her out, or maybe look at this perspective, or da-da-da-da. They have a beautiful relationship, I will say that. He and Whitney are amazing parents.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I really do think he's great. And then from there, Seth.
Who?
Seth.
Who's, I thought you said
Daryl, are you okay?
Who the hell is
Seth. Mark. Seth.
So that? Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever listened to their podcast, Seth and Meredith?
No.
Okay. I was curious about that. I was like, where's that? Where is it at? Does it stream anywhere?
They all have podcasts. I've never heard Heather's. I've never heard Whitney's. I've never. Yeah. I've never listened to any of them.
Oh, okay, so deserted island. You're on a deserted island.
Okay.
You're on a deserted island, and you need to choose someone that's gonna help you out a little. You need food and water, and you don't want them to annoy the shit out of you. You don't want to kill yourself. You want to get lost. But who are you choosing to take with you? Who's your partner in crime from the full-time cast? You have to take one person else you're gonna die. And you have to take them.
Oh, I'm taking Meredith. She's gonna get us the fuck off the island. That girl is so ambitious and driven. We will be eating caviar. We will be good. We're gonna have a boat saving our asses in 10 minutes. I'm taking Meredith because that bitch gets shit done.
All right.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to play a little game.
If you haven't been to one of our live shows before, our favorite game to play is Truth or Drink. So basically the premise is you have to answer our question or you have to take a shot. And we have your shots back here.
There's only 3.
There's 3.
How many
So we
questions?
have 3 questions.
Okay.
So
Enough questions to take 3
you
shots.
better answer one of them, girl. I swear to God. Okay. Number 1.
Okay.
Your least favorite Bravo celebrity.
I honestly don't have one.
Not Tom Sandoval?
I really, okay, look. No, listen. I never know this. No, okay, because I'm going off of BravoCon. Because I met, seriously, so many. Everyone was so nice to me. You guys want some tea about Linda?
Yeah.
The dad.
Congrats.
Your drink.
I think the tea, right?
Yeah, we'll go
Yeah.
Okay. This is good tea. Okay. So when you're at BravoCon, you are constantly going around to like different panels, different things, whatever, and they have like a talent holding room. And in the talent holding room, that's where like we get to eat, take our heels off, have a drink, whatever we need to do. The drinking is regulated. Okay, I have to say that. It is regulated 100%. They're actually really good about that. I'm not a big drinker, by the way. But
Well.
yeah, that's gonna put me on my ass. So, okay, I'm in there. I'm by myself the entire BravoCon. I mean, iced the fuck out. I'm completely alone, and obviously my first ever BravoCon, it sucked. The only thing that was great was the fans, but I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But I'm sitting there, I'm eating my little pear and cheese, and all of a sudden Whitney comes and sits by me, and I'm like, what's happening right now? It's like when you see your ex and you're like,
Yeah. Like, are we good or are we not good?
what's happening? She was so nice. She was like, look, whatever we have going on, I want you to know. Like, she was so sweet. Heather sees this from across the room, gives her the big middle finger and a slit across the throat. Because how dare she talk to Monica?
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
Heather, you heard? I know y'all are recording this. Hashtag justice for Whitney, trying to be the only decent human being and be kind to me and show me some support in that moment. I mean, that's a big deal. You guys don't understand. I am green as F. I know nothing. I know no one. And I'm thrown into this Bravo, honestly, like Grammys.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
it's insane. And I'm doing it all by myself. And Whitney was the only person that was like, I see you if you need anything. And Heather,
She was the only
if that
person.
doesn't tell you
the
what
whole
I
time?
think it, I can't say it. I can't say someone was leading a pact, but if this
And this, yeah.
doesn't tell you,
It seemed like going into the reunion there was a pact going on.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
it felt like in the last episode especially that Whitney was a little bit like, okay, I have to disclaim, like, oh yes, like, it was odd, but also, like, you shouldn't, and it almost seemed like she was being forced to say it. So, like, that was confusing for me watching.
Yeah.
She was the only person.
after Heather did that to her, Whitney was like, fuck.
Like, she's screwed.
Yeah. Like,
Now I'm in trouble with
Yeah.
the boss. Do you think Heather's the ringleader of the girlies?
see, you did push it. I think in this crusade, she was, but that's because she had access
To the
to my ex
Yeah.
friend.
Okay, so Whitney was the only person at BravoCon from the cast that spoke to you the whole
He
time.
got punished for it.
That is insane. That's sad. It's like,
It's really sad.
thanks, man.
Being someone is treated like that way for just being a good person to someone. I think this is a lot.
Okay, so I'm not gonna force you to take the shot because you gave us other tea.
I feel like I feel like I would.
It was so good, so I'm not gonna force you to take it. So thank you so much.
Yay!
Hey.
But now you have 2 other shots to take. You don't want to answer this question. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Do you agree with the statement that you carried the show?
Yeah. I would really say that. No.
I disagree. I'm like worried for next season. I'm like, should I even watch? It's gonna be boring.
This is the thing, because I've only been on one season. I don't think I'm God like some other people. And I'm still on Earth, and so I think they'll be fine. Everyone's replaceable. I really do believe that. Like I've said, I think that you can go without big people like Nene, like Portia. I mean, there's some big, fucking iconic housewives. Anyone can be replaced. I'm sure they'll be fine. They won't keep my names out of their mouth, but
Right.
they'll be fine.
The way you're answering all these questions, like normally when we play this game, it's like shot. Okay, you're like, they're the realest. Okay.
All right, I'll take the last one. What would you rather go through again? Divorce, excommunication, or the reunion?
I would never want to fucking go through that reunion again. I will take both over and reunion. That is brutal for me, bro.
There wasn't any like light spot in the midst of it. It was just shit from beginning to end. There was no reprieve.
No. I want to apologize to the fans because I know you guys feel so let down because when Time Part 3 came out, it was like, she gave up. She's done. And you're right. You are right. That was our 12th, 13th of me just completely getting eaten, I was literally pounding my head against the pavement for 13 hours straight. And I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. So, like, I think, people are like, why couldn't she keep it together? That's not how I felt. I mean, it was like the Pioneer lunch. If they wanted me to rally and be like, yeah, bitches, let's go to Bermuda. Like, I can't do that. So, like, in the reunion, I'm like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Well, I have nothing to say.
It felt like you were
So
defeated.
tapped out. I would never want to live that again. Give me another divorce, another excommunication. Honestly, I got more grace with my affair than I did from these women with a fucking burner account.
Yeah.
No, I would.
Yikes.
You are the first person that we've ever had that's answered all 3 truth or drink questions. So thank you. That's incredible. Yeah. Okay, just do it for fun. Should we all do it? Cheers. So cheers to Monica answering all the questions.
Is there anything else you want to get off your chest?
Yeah, let it off. Anything else? Anything else that you want? Because you know this is going to be clipped on TikTok. Anything else you want the ladies to hear? Anything else you want to say? Anything else you need to clear up? He got the phone out.
Oh, shit. We didn't have to thought. Honestly, the only thing I want to say is thank you to the fans because you guys literally have no idea how dark this shit got for me. So thank you so much for watching. And then you cut a lot. You guys will be the biggest waves online. It's crazy, and I'm so grateful for you. And yeah, honestly, that's it.